Almin, where have you been? I know it's been a while, but as you can see, I've been to a few places. But one thing still hasn't changed up until now.
After months of research, hiding in my cave, looking for the solution to end Clay's dictatorship. It wasn't easy, countless of combinations, but I can finally say that we are here.
Before we start, let's see what Clay are up to these days. It feels good to be back. Welcome to me taking you through my favorite GTM tool on the market right now, and the reason why I will never use Clay again. Now, why should you listen to me? I'm back after 4 months. Well, I'm not alone moving from Clay to Floqer. Let's check how Perplexity, in this case study, their GTM engineer said that they saw 68% increase in data accuracy and coverage. And if you look at what they said, 600K in qualified pipeline from one campaign, their first campaign. If you see something like this, then surely something has to be working. As soon as you open up Floqer, you will land on this page called Intent Signals. And intent signals are, for those that don't know, the most important thing in marketing in 2025. Why? Because it differentiates you from everybody else. In your outreach, in your messages, in your campaigns, knowing who and what to reach out to based on what they need, you can reach out to them at that exact time. It doesn't matter if you're a business owner, a freelancer, or you're just looking to hire somebody. Floqer has it all. Now, there are some features that are the same as in Clay, for example, track company headcount growth, but we will go through something that is unique to Floqer and being the only tool in the market today that can do it. For example, find LinkedIn posts by keyword. You can just type in hiring here, and then I'll select what company size I want. For example, these industry, let's put software development, and I create a signal. And now that's done. Floqer takes care of everything and it's going to pull leads for you automatically. If we go back here, we will see that the signal is live. Another thing, find and monitor job postings from all sources, from Indeed, LinkedIn, InfoJobs, a lot of different job listings to scrape. And this is also very unique. Another thing is collect website visitors. In Clay, you need to pay for an additional tool. Floqer has good, fully comprehensive coverage. For example, if I type in floqer.com, it will generate a script, and I copy this and you paste it into the head section of your website HTML, and then you click here on create signal. When it comes to building lists for outbound campaigns, a lot of people use either SalesNav or Apollo. As you know, typically if you use SalesNav, there are limitations on how much data you can get from SalesNav. And typically you need to use a Chrome extension that could ban your LinkedIn. But Floqer has everything sorted. You can capture easily as much as you need from SalesNav. It has the exact same features, recent updates, if they posted, if they're on 30 days, change jobs, mention in the news, and you can also search keywords, which is the best way to find SalesNav leads. But wait, it gets even better than this. Here are two things that were not possible at all that Floqer has made possible. Company LinkedIn followers. Imagine you have a competitor. You find out who is following them and engage them to show your solution to them. So you can use Floqer to find people that follow any company on LinkedIn. I've never seen this before. And it's very simple. You choose the max number of followers you need to import, the LinkedIn URL of the company, your main competitor, the countries, and the job titles. And then you just create the list and it will fetch automatically. And then there are more things that Clay also has, like, for example, find local businesses. I really like it because it's very convenient to use. Now, another thing that is great about Floqer is the CRM integrations. Now, I want you to ask yourself, should you have to pay $800 to be able to integrate your CRM with Clay? I don't think so. Well, Floqer has CRM integration for every single plan. And for example, in regards to Snowflake, Clay's plans are 50K per year, while Floqer provides access to everyone. You can pull Typeform form responses, use Google Sheets, Pipedrive, HubSpot, Zoho. There's many more. It's really good. Let's get into the workflows. Now, this is a really cool thing about Floqer. In Floqer, you can connect all the list builders, signals, CRM, and everything into one workflow. Think Zapier N8N plus Clay. Whereas in Clay, it gets cumbersome because you need to start with the input and then you can't use the same flow ever again. For example, a simple find work email flow. You just take, same as in Clay, all these different providers to find an email. You can scrape their profile and then you can generate something from that profile. Now, as we see here on the AI actions, in Clay, they charge you 0.1 credits even if you bring your own API key for AI. But with Floqer, you still pay 0.03 even if you bring your own API key for it, because they host their own LLM models themselves. Now you're probably thinking, well, Almin, this looks like Zapier, right? But where is the Clay table? Where is the table? Well, you just click here and boom, you got your Clay table. Can you imagine how brainwashed Clay has made us? That a standard sheet like this is called a Clay table? But look at the difference. Look at how much coverage Floqer has. And if we click here, we can actually see the entire LinkedIn profile of the lead instead of looking at a JSON file in Clay trying to figure out everything. We just get everything here. But now we come to the best feature. Has it ever happened with you that when you accidentally ran the column twice in Clay and it burned through the entire credits? Watch this. You can turn on cache. And when you turn on cache, no matter how many times or when I run it, it will never charge me again. This makes it my favorite tool. Now you can do a lot more in Floqer. For example, check out this workflow, the segmentation workflow. We have a delay step. This is something that Clay doesn't have. And you can basically, if I just zoom out a bit, you can branch out and split the flow into paths based on conditions, which makes the flow basically multifunctional. While people in Clay are stuck in tables, you can literally do everything in Floqer. Now, one thing that I don't like with Floqer is that you have to get on a call with them to be able to know the pricing. But as of the 6th of October, this is their starter plan. So I'm going to compare it with Clay. So for $200, you get 4,000 credits versus for Clay, $239 for 3,000 credits. So it's cheaper and you get more. You get APIs and webhooks, CRM integration, unlimited rollovers with the credits, and 100 actions per table. Whereas in Clay, there's no CRM integration up until the $800 plan. The credits roll over, but only for 1 month. And there's no webhooks, and there's only 40 actions per table. And if you want to go bigger than that, for enterprise, Snowflake Plus support plans start at 22.5K in Floqer with 2.5 cents a credit. Much better option if you're an enterprise needing support and want Snowflake support. But with Clay, it's 50K with 5 cents a credit. This is daylight robbery. Floqer clearly stands out for its ease of use. It is something that can finally compete with Clay, and I think is really worth checking out. I really enjoyed using it. I recommend it. I'll leave the link to the website. Check it out for yourself, try it, and let me know what you think.